Hello, professor and class. This is my week 5 discussion board, Impacts of Marbury versus Madison in Today's Society. And let's begin. So Marbury versus Madison is about during the time President John Adams lost the election for 1800 to Thomas Jefferson. President Adams decided to make 17 of his closest Federalists as judges to the judiciary. Well, those appointments did not get delivered because of Madison. And so one of the potential judges, Marbury, decided to sue Madison on the fact that he should have been a judge. And this is during the time when John Marshall became Chief Justice and had to decide whether or not what Madison did was right or what Marbury deserves to become a judge. In the end, Marbury lost, and the judicial review was in place, and then also judicial interpretations as well. So how was our government different before the court cases? Well, to me, it seemed like before the court cases, people were trying to get their way, ignoring what the U.S. Constitution was supposed to uphold. Like with John Adams trying to get the Federalists to become judges the night before Thomas Jefferson's presidency. I think it was called the Midnight Judges. He wanted to take control. I feel like that was one of the issues. But other than that, it doesn't seem like there was any difference of how we deal with things now. There were still court cases. It wasn't taken all the way to the Supreme Courts, but more like the district courts instead. What was so significant of the case was that judicial review helped with judicial interpretations that were going on that wasn't in the U.S. Constitution. Like, for example, reading people their rights wasn't a thing till Miranda versus Arizona. Or providing a lawyer if you can't afford one paid by the government thanks to Gideon versus Wainwright. These are perfect examples of how important Marbury versus Madison was to American citizens. So how does this all impact our lives today? Well, because of Marbury versus Madison, we have the judicial branch, which helps interpret all new laws that we must acknowledge today. New laws have been thriving since 1803 from the forward progression of society. And for example, with the recent technology and advancement of civilization, we now had to add laws of like vehicles and stuff like that, and all sorts of things. So for this question, I didn't think of just one thing I wanted to change, because there's more things I would want to change than anything, from our U.S. constitutions and stuff like that to now. So for me, I would want to update and modernize the wording and laws that aren't of concern in the U.S. Constitution. I believe we should have a user-friendly page for both kids and adults to know their rights and what they mean. Kind of like Reddit's Explain Like I'm 5, but just through the government's website. Sometimes the wording can be tricky and it's good to have an entertaining, broader explanation with visuals, reenactments, examples, and just straight up simple wordings. It can really make a difference to me personally. It's why I enjoy some of these YouTube videos that are on this that's in this class. It's really helped me a lot understand the whole U.S. Constitution and constitutional law. So it's been really helpful. To end my PowerPoint, I wanted to end it strong with the words of Chief Justice John Marshall. It is emphatically the province and duty of the judicial department to say what the law is. And that's what John Marshall did when he went against all odds and against both sides and just laid down the law himself of what is right and wrong. And for that, I respect and honor him as well. Thank you.